All right. So it's um it's like almost, well, no, it's 1 in the morning now. Um it's 1 in the morning right now. And well, I got back after the gym. I was super tired. It's just been a day of running around, and um what else? My mind's just totally out of it. And just now I was feeling really frustrated because I feel like I didn't get enough done today. It's just been one of those nights where like it's been a long day, but it hasn't felt productive, or like it just feels like I haven't done enough, which is probably one of the worst feelings for me. And I was just going through and just thinking about, it's like, no, actually, I did do stuff. Um, and also just reminding myself of like the work that I have done over the past few months, and where things are and blah, blah, blah. And I think keeping that in mind is something that I have to do every once in a while, because it gets hard, because like sometimes it's just, I don't feel like doing the work right now. There's stuff I still have to do for today, which I haven't done yet. That includes a wrap-up video, stuff like that. Yeah, and I struggle with the discipline part a lot. I have a very good bias toward action. That's one of my strengths. Is like I get excited about stuff, and that, I can get obsessive about new projects, and I go really hard at them, and I do super well. I also work really well under pressure, and so those are definitely some of the strengths. But definitely, I think one of my bigger Achilles heels is like the day-to-day discipline of just like doing the boring work over and over again is it's hard, but it needs to be done, and I find it very hard to concentrate as well, because I struggle with I have concentration problems. So yeah, sometimes it sucks. It just, you feel completely useless, but hey, part of the process, right? It's kind of what you asked for, so I keep that in mind. That helps. I also am of the opinion that I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say, so scratch that. I'm just way too tired for this right now. I gotta finish my work and try and get to sleep as soon as possible, and try and like sleep earlier than yesterday at least. Yesterday I must have slept like 2 something, which is better than 3. Today hopefully 1 something, which is better than 2. Slowly, day by day, little changes. I've considered hiring a VA. That's something that like I'm thinking about doing, is like hiring a virtual assistant who could maybe help run errands, run my schedule, stuff like that. But then I think what I've realized is that's not really my biggest bottleneck right now. And so I wouldn't be solving the constraint. And if I really think about the constraint that I have right now, one of them is capacity and capability. And this isn't just a discipline problem, but like I do have a physical constraint of the amount of projects that we can take on. And I might, I think I need to grow the team to deal with that constraint. And quality leads, that's the other one. And there's things in place that I want to handle and take care of to get around to those, but it has definitely been, it's a slow grind. And you have to go through the motions every day. Also, like balancing the business development while you're doing client fulfillment, especially in development. Development work is not, well, it's the kind of client fulfillment where you can't really copy paste. The good thing is, once you get into maintenance of projects, that's really when you hit like kind of cruising altitude, if you will, because you've got the recurring retainer, and it's a lot easier for you to navigate the project. Things are already set up. There's a lot less friction for you to create changes. The painful part is new projects. That's almost always where the bottleneck as far as capacity sits. And it's not like something like running a marketing agency or something where you just copy paste service, the service fulfillment stuff for each client. That's not how my business works. So yeah, that takes a lot of time. And to scale up capacity means scaling up team. And so like that's directly to do with if I want to scale the capacity, I have to scale payroll as well. And that's obviously pretty costly. But yeah, so it's been a long ass day. And I'm trying to get my driver's license out of the way, and that is becoming a huge time suck because I'm doing, today I did 3 hours, tomorrow I'm doing 5 hours worth. And so hopefully I can get this over within about 4 weeks time, which is really fast for Portuguese standards. But until then, like, it is a lot of me running around and trying to fit in the gym with that. And it's becoming super hectic to then find time to do other work. So that's become a big struggle of mine. But things got to get done. At the end of the day, like, I make it happen. I show up, and even if it's at 1 a.m, if that's what it takes, that's what I'll do. So yeah, I was talking myself through this. Sometimes I just make little voice notes. Those have been a good way to offload my thoughts. That's been a way that I really enjoy doing that. And I think I wanted to start doing it on video because I think it would be a cooler and more kind of vivid record of things. And I think putting it publicly might benefit people, so that's the main reason for that. But I was just reflecting on, like, I've always, at the end of the day, I've made things happen, and sometimes you have to go back to, like, that person who did the things, and you will keep trying and failing and trying and failing. Like, I've done so much stuff that started working in terms of, like, discipline, right? Like, I found new tricks and whatever, and I organized things a certain way, and then it worked, and then it stopped working because I got used to it. Like, I have to keep like testing my mind, and if my mind gets too used to something, if it knows a pattern, then it just gets around it. It's really, really awful. And so, like, whether that's working late, waking up, like, when I started staying late, I would be working from 9 until 2, and it's super productive. Now I see that productive window shrinking a little bit because I've gotten used to it. And so I have to switch it up and find something else. And maybe now I gotta hit it hard in the morning or whatever. And that is honestly, that's been like a struggle forever for me, but it's just part of the puzzle that I have to figure out. I think Kobe Bryant is the guy who put it like that, but he said, like, everybody has their own puzzle to figure out. And I think it's important to keep that in mind, because what I struggle with may not necessarily be what you struggle with, but at the end of the day, everybody's going to be struggling with something. The internet makes it look like that's not the case, but don't believe what you see. It's all a scam. The real ones probably know that. And yeah, like, everybody's going to have their own version of whatever they struggle with on a daily basis, like, consistently. And it's not even about, like, not making the business work or taking a lot of fails to make things work, but, like, it's that transitionary period where you've learned that you got to stick with something, but you haven't got the results quite yet. I mean, I've got something decent. I've got a little decent gig going on, but it's really nothing special. And it's definitely a kind of test of patience. And for whatever it's worth, everybody's got that struggle. I think people online try and make you believe that's not the case. And I can't disagree enough with that. I think it's important to acknowledge that. You can get lucky, but if you go into it with the mindset that you're going to have the kind of struggle and the just long, drawn out, figuring it out phase, which is the case, you'll do a lot better than if you expect it to be fast and easy and that it's not. Then you'll fail and just go on to the next fast and easy thing. But that's the only way I think you can really make kind of long-term progress. Anyway, I'm rambling and I need to get to work, so I'm gonna get back on top of this stuff. Actually, I was scheduling with the VA. The VA said she has picked time. What did she choose? Oh my God. What the fuck? She chose, hold on. Right. So I'm talking to this VA, and I sent her a scheduling link. That's I use Cron or now Notion Calendar, and it lets you sort out scheduling. And I basically just sent her some availability. I didn't realize this, but I saw one of the slots, which was the earliest possible slot for tomorrow. Actually, is 1 a.m. for her. And I was like, okay, she's probably not going to schedule that. I opened up a couple more slots next week, and she scheduled it for tomorrow, which is also the day that I have 5 driving lessons, and I already had 3 calls. Now I have 4. That tells me that she's hungry, which is great, but 4 calls and these 5 driving lessons, and supposedly I want to go to the gym as well, but I'm not seeing where the hell I'm going to have to find time for that. It's just physically impossible. No. Oh my God, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 calls, not 4. I can't even count. Tomorrow's gonna be a fucking crazy day. It's literally just gonna be endless. 6 calls. I can't. Clearly it's too late, and I need to sleep. My first call's at 9:30, and if I don't go to sleep right now, I'm gonna burn out. At some point during that day, my performance will drop so bad. Yeah. So that's something. And my prospect, just replied about a deck and some designs. All right. So I sent him some mock-up stuff, and he said, awesome, looks great. I'll try to get the team to start working on development this week. And he's asking for a final quotation with billing details. Yeah, I sent him a quote already. I can send him my billing details. I'm probably not going to bill him on Stripe because might be a little bit big. I'll just ask him whether he prefers bank transfer or credit card payment. So I just asked the guy whether he wants monthly or weekly billing. I'm going to reply to the VA lady who says, all right, so I just told her what time zone I'm in, which is Lisbon at the moment. I got to record the videos, wrap up for one of my clients with the React Native development, which I didn't even touch because I was busy doing the mock-ups, and then I got distracted, and honestly, that really pissed me off. I felt like just completely wasted my time. It was really frustrating. Yeah, it sucks sometimes. When you don't get stuff done and you just feel annoyed at yourself, that's the worst. I think that's the part which I struggle with the most. I genuinely think 60 working hour weeks are a complete scam. Nobody actually works 12 hours. There's no human being who can, for a sustained period of time, work for 12 hours a day. Not even it's actually ridiculous. You cannot sustain actual focused. I'm not talking about meetings and stuff. Meetings don't count because meetings you're just talking with people, and half the time it's not even super focused, but coding or whatever for 12 hours straight on a sustained basis is virtually impossible. At least this is the belief that I hold at the moment, because I think at some point your productivity per unit of time just decreases really sharply. Maybe that's just me. maybe I'm just not very good at it, but I am good at the social stuff, and so I want to do more of that because I can do that and feel really energized by it. If I go from meeting to meeting, I can actually, I do a lot better doing that kind of stuff than, trying to do development work for 16 hours straight. So that's part of why I'm doing the business, because for me, I find business is a strategy game, and I love that. There's a lot of good fun. Even though sometimes it sucks, the day-to-day can, it gets better though, I had a client payment come in, and I didn't even feel it that much. I just got a little Stripe notification, and it was just nice. I still have so much work to do. I wish that money could help with that. but it doesn't. So like that day to day can suck, but then I live for the moments where like things go well. I think it's a really deeply satisfying feeling, which I wouldn't swap for anything else. Also, the kind of freedom that it affords me, I very much enjoy, and it lets me make my life what I want. But I do enjoy playing the game, especially like the strategy, thinking about stuff. But you will have late nights, and it comes with the territory. So you might as well be ready for it if you're thinking about doing business, anything like that. Like just account for that stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Go to sleep. 9:30 tomorrow. I'll be on calls. Then straight to driving lessons and whatever else. I gotta prep for the call a little bit, so I'll probably do that tonight because tomorrow morning I almost certainly will not get up before to do the actual prep, just because I'll be wanting to sleep. And the morning version of me is generally terrible at actually making myself get up. So that's a wrap on today. And I'll probably try and record some of my day tomorrow. I might honestly have like zero time, so I might not even get around to doing that, but yeah, we'll see. Literally just as I stopped, oh my God. Oop, okay. Just as I stopped that recording, I was chatting with my client, and they just signed. Well, they haven't signed, but he wants to start billing this week. He also chose weekly billing, where because obviously weekly is more flexible, they pay a little bit extra. And honestly, that was the best thing that could have happened tonight. Like today's been shitty. It's been a long day. It hasn't been productive. I feel disappointed in myself. I feel frustrated. But like, I got a new client. That's good. Like, oof, like at least something. I got something. And wait, today, yeah, like it's not the biggest project, but this client is the one that's associated with Ronaldo and that Singaporean billionaire, and that's really exciting because those are two names that I want to have close to my company. So it's not a bad way to tell like a shitty day. Like it feels nice to at least have something come in that just makes you feel a little bit better about feeling like I'm a complete fucking failure. So cheers to that. Yeah, I still want to go to fucking sleep because now it's already 1:30. I still got to get up at 9:30. So I'm still fucked because I at least got another like half hour of work to pump out. At least even the small tasks that I can get out of the way. But hey, gotta make it happen, right? So yeah,